For the first time in what for some people will be a lifetime, Manchester City and Ipswich Town will go head-to-head in a competitive fixture this weekend. Manchester City started their defence of the Premier League title away to Chelsea at the weekend with a convincing 2-0 win, albeit parts were a little bit sketchy with City just about getting back to fitness, with most of their players having had a hectic summer. There was no Kyle Walker in the team, there was no John Stones, and Phil Foden could only manage 45 minutes. However, the biggest absentee was man of the moment, Rodri. He obviously went off injured at half-time in England's final against Spain in the European Championship. However, he still hasn't returned to training for the Blues, with question marks over his overall fitness still hanging over the head of the Spanish midfielder. He won't be involved, maybe not even from the bench, against Ipswich on Saturday, meaning Mateo Kovacic will resume that role in the heart of midfield. Look, he was great against Chelsea at the weekend. However, it isn't Rodri. And that's a part that I no doubt will suspect Kieran McKenna's team will look to exploit when the two sides go head to head. Elsewhere, you would expect City to copy and paste the same defence they ran out against Chelsea. Rico Lewis earned plenty of plaudits, with Guardiola shocked that the right-back turned midfielder, turned pretty much whatever he wants, is still only 19 years old. What a bright future he's got ahead of him. Ruben Diaz and Manuel Akanji played in the middle of the defence, while Josko Gvardiol, the signing of the summer for me anyway, last season, a little bit of bias there, played on the left-hand side. But it was City's attack that had the most question marks heading into the game, and maybe the least amount of answers heading out of it. Dynamic attackers Jeremy Doku and Savinho started on the wing. However, at times they were a little bit wasteful, albeit if not exciting. Savinho went off injured at half-time, but he has returned to training. And Jeremy Doku, who earned, let's say, a fair bit of criticism for his end product, despite the rest of his performance being electrifying on the wing for City. They'll look to service once again should they start Erling Haaland, who got off the mark with a tidy finish. Humbling Mark Cucurella in the process as well, who obviously had a few words to say about the Norwegian over the summer. Haaland looks hungry, and that should send a warning sign to Ipswich Town, because a hungry Haaland is a devastating one, especially in front of goal. You just have to look back to Nottingham Forest's first trip to the Etihad Stadium a couple of seasons ago when they got back into the Premier League. Haaland had a hat-trick by half-time. Away from the pitch, it has also been a bit of a busy week for City, at least on the transfer front. Pretty much overnight, it was announced that İlkay Gundogan, the treble-winning captain from 2 seasons ago, will be returning to the club, having left last summer. It brought about a renewed optimism within the fan base. After Gundogan left the club, there was a bit of a tinge of sadness. The fact that City fans would have liked him to stay around. The fact that not only that, he could also contribute. City have a gap in midfield, although it might not look at it looking at the squad list. So he's probably going to be at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday, be that as a player who's just signed and he's getting unveiled, or even in the matchday squad. If he comes on the pitch, expect an emotional and also a rapturous response from the City fans. Yes, we do exist, and yes, we will be at the Etihad Stadium, not dressed as blue seats. Overall, though, it should be an intriguing contest. Ipswich might not have anything to lose, and City might be the heavy favourites, but football, as we know, isn't played on paper, and City have slipped up more than once before in this type of fixture. Perhaps there might be a shot result on the cards at the Etihad Stadium.